Hush, hush. Na, 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 na. Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Trey here. Today we're looking at Batman number 608 and 609, the Artifact editions, reprinting the legendary Jeph Loeb and Jim Lee and Scott Williams Hush storyline. That is what we're looking at, the first two issues. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. I had to get this cool blue sketch cover. I've been threatening to do sketch covers, and like, if they're blue, like, and it's Batman, like, and I love this Batman logo. That is just like so cool. I feel like they changed the logo specifically for this storyline, if I am remembering correctly. So Hush 2 is on its way. I did a video for the preview. So they are facsimiling, reprinting, getting all the money that they can from us for Batman. I've been theorizing that they're trying to make the most coin they can, get the most like reprintable stuff in before the IP goes public domain, which will be here before you know it. How exciting was it when it was announced that Jim Lee would be doing Batman? It'd be written by Jeph Loeb. And we got like his entire rogues gallery and supporting cast all drawn by Jim Lee. It begins here. You know, these facsimiles are so great. It's kind of weird because, like, I do like the older ones better just because it feels so soon for this. But then again, I think it's been like 15 years, if not longer. And that's kind of crazy. The rumor behind the scene is that Marvel approached Jim Lee and offered him a buttload of money to return to X-Men. And he chose to do this Hush 2 instead. And I hope that after he does that, he does return to the X-Men, because I would be way more excited about that. As gorgeous and fun as his DC stuff has been, it just doesn't hold a candle to the level of excitement that he brought on the X-Men. I don't know if you agree or disagree with me, but that is how I feel. Although looking at this, I do remember how much I loved this when I first came out and how exciting I thought it was, and like undeniably gorgeous. The art is, the team of Jim Lee and Scott Williams has been intact for decades. And Jeph Loeb is just like a solid writer. I have to say, I don't know if, like, I didn't like it as much rereading it as I did. Like, I was totally gagged when it first came out. Like, everything about it was amazing. And now, I do like it, but I'm wondering if it feels dated. I don't know. What's my problem? Feel free to sound off in the comments. Like, it is good. Don't get me wrong. Jeph Loeb writes. Jim Lee pencils. Scott Williams inks. I think I just am used to seeing Tim Sale's name after Jeph Loeb. Scott Williams inks. Richard Stark inks letters. Alex Sinclair colors. Bob Schreck edits. Love Bob Schreck. I mean, this was such an exciting time for Batman, and every page was like a thrill, and they definitely brought it in the art. I mean, the detail here. But I was not in love with this version of Killer Croc. He looked kind of weird to me, but I mean, that is a very cool kind of two-page spread. Oh my gosh, that kid's hand looks like the hand of a 40-year-old man for some reason. See? And because I'm looking at one. Well, plus. Anyway, I love a good double page spread. I love that you can see Catwoman in the doorway here. That is a fun thing. And that's what I love about superheroes too. And I say that before because I do love silhouettes. And a great superhero design, you can tell who they are from their silhouette without any details. Fun Godzilla, of course. I love the goofiness of his face there. See, I'd rather have Killer Croc almost look like that. Or he kind of almost does, but meaner. I don't know. It kind of reminded me of like when McFarlane first took over Spider-Man and how exciting it was every time he drew a new Spider villain. That's exactly how I felt reading Hush the first time. As a huge Jim Lee fan, like, since the beginning, like, and by the beginning, I mean, like, Alpha Flight, to Punisher War Journal, to, of course, X-Men, and beyond. I think that Jeph Loeb did an amazing job of. I mean, this was very ambitious. You know what I mean? And you have Jim Lee, so you know that it has to be art forward. That's a great silhouette there. I do think that the point where Jim Lee got very influenced by Frank Miller and did that Death Blow kind of stuff. Was it Death Blow? Um, Definitely changed his art, and it turned a corner. And I don't know if it was a good corner to turn or not. I think it remains to be seen. The previews for Hush 2 are pretty minimal, so I'm reserving judgment on it. Hopefully, he brings it. There's been criticism of his work, like on the recent Marvel and DC crossover omnibus cover. Like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes creators turn a point where their faces go south or something, and that may or may not have happened with Jim Lee. Like I said, reserving judgment. Like it reminds me of like John Byrne, one of my other favorite artists. I always love his art, but undeniably there are better eras than some. You know what I mean? And a lot of that depends on the inker and stuff. It's so weird because this, like, is the standard style. This is the style that launched a million styles. This was like the it style for the 90s. And someone said continues to be sort of the house style for DC. And as much as I love it, it just looked weird to me. Like her anatomy or her pose or something looked just kind of off to me. But once again, undeniably gorgeous. So there it is. The first issue. Like I said, who's going to say no to Jim Lee drawing Catwoman and, Poison Ivy and all the great characters, Killer Croc. The coloring. I do love Alex Sinclair's coloring. But once again, I'm looking at it again, like, I don't know, is it too much? Is it too over rendered? I think that, like, I would have to see like a noir version of this. I would probably like the noir version a lot better. There has to be a noir version of this, right? This is so cool. See once again, like, you see the silhouette of this character and you immediately know that it's Huntress. So I love that. And I do recall, and this is definitely reminding me that the splash pages were so cool. I love the lettering. It has like a very noir kind of feel, and it definitely had like an aesthetic. Chapter 2, The Friend, Jeph Loeb writes, Jim Lee pencils, Scott Williams inks, Richard Starkings letters, Alex Sinclair colors, Bob Schreck edits. So this is like a story about Bruce's childhood friend who grows up to be like Hush, and it's this great mystery involving all of the villains and all of his supporting cast. That is like the Ed Benes Birds of Prey Huntress costume, and the Gail Simone Ed Benes Birds of Prey was like one of my favorite books ever. It was so good. So that makes me happy to see that. But this is good, but like I said, I kind of want him to go to X-Men next. How do you guys feel? Are you super excited about Hush 2? I know everybody is, and we should be, but would you also be like more excited about him going to Marvel? I think so too, just because it seems like it'd be more of a gag, right? Like, my first thought when I turned this page was Deal or No Deal. Isn't that hilarious? And that is how pop culture brains work, I guess. And she did pick the right suitcase, apparently. There's a lot going on there. I don't know, it almost looks like she has a beard, so I'm not loving that. This was such a great double page spread. I love it. And creepy at the same time. Like, it speaks to, like, the weird ass dynamic of Alfred and Bruce's relationship. You know what I mean? Like, he's practically giving him a catheter at this point, and performing surgery on him. He raised him. I don't know. It's just so kooky. But, talk about your everyman. And he makes an amazing French omelet at the same time. So there you go. And then, see, now I backpedal because I love the colors here. I think they're amazing. I mean, this creative team is undeniably. I wonder if no. I was going to say, is Hush going to be part of Black Label, but I think it's going to be part of the regular book like they did this time around. So that is cool. Something to look forward to. I think I will continue to pick up these facsimiles. Why not? See this, like, I don't know if this works to me. He's like trying to lean into that Frank Miller thing and like present a different side of his art, which I'm all for. Like if somebody like Bill Sienkiewicz is doing it, you know, leaping back and forth between painting and sketching, as long as it looks like really gorgeous and that doesn't look like super gorgeous to me. Like this is what you want from Jim Lee. Anyway, but fun for a flashback, right? I don't know how much they used it. I guess we'll see. These are some great fun panels here. I don't know. I do love Jim Lee's art, right? And that is that. The first two issues of Hush, Hush. Na, 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 na. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button. And I'll talk to you soon.